one of the world's most famous motivational speakers and trainers. He passed away some time back. His name was Jim Rohn. Have you heard of him? One person has. He has a key video in which he talks about the day that turns your life around. Have you seen it? In that he talks about, he was invited to a huge conference, and there he meets the chief executive officer, a lady, who hasn't done any MBA, done nothing, and he asks her, how did you get to this position? And she says, I was a happy homemaker some years back, and just one day I asked my husband, can you give me $10? And he asked me, what for? And she says, that day I decided that I will never ask anybody for money again. And I started a small business, and long story short, here I am today, CEO of this place. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, about 2 months back, I had a day that turned my life around. It wasn't as dramatic as this lady's. In fact, I did not even know that it would be so impactful on me. A friend of mine asked me, we have been conducting youth leadership programs in several places, but there is a school called Safdaria, and they need somebody to conduct it. We stay far away, can you go there? I had been thinking of conducting a YLP for some time. So YLP, a youth leadership program, is, you go Toastmasters, it is often sponsored by, but many other organizations, even the UNDP conducts, the United Nations. So you take some underprivileged school, and you go there, and along with a team, you help them learn the basics of public speaking, basics of leadership, standing on the stage, becoming a little more confident, etc. So I said, yeah, I'll go to Safdaria, and I went there. The first day there were quite a few volunteers also from Toastmasters and all, and there were these 26 young girls. No one was bouncing off the wall. They were just watching to see what's going to go on. Okay? No expressions. We began the session, and it was an unusually difficult one. First thing is, none of them, they hardly spoke any English. Okay? And the trainers, many of them who came, even though they did speak Hindi, they would very quickly lapse into English. They would say, up sub, you might think that, it's just a matter of perspective. Like this they would speak. And they could not connect with these students. I myself, though I've lived in Bombay and I speak Hindi and all that, I found it a little difficult, but I was able to manage. And within a short time, I found that I could establish a connection with them. Now, YLP usually is conducted by a group of trainers. We conduct a session today, then till next weekend, we divide, let's say 26 girls, five people in each group, assign one mentor who will speak to them on the phone and tell them what to do prepare for their next session. Here, none of them were allowed to use phones. So these girls would come in burqas, they would remove their burqa, attend the session and go back. It was a very, very unusual kind of situation. And I found that I had to do both the training as well as the next time's training, both in the same session, no contact in between. But slowly I got a hang of these students. There were many challenges. You see, most of them would come on the stage and not speak at all. There were some Toastmasters like Sai Kiran and Sami and Bhaskar over there. Hardly any speaking, just standing there, going back or speaking 1-2 lines, looking at us, saying thank you, going. One girl came, Sabrina, her name was. She stood on the stage and she fainted. Not literally fainted, she didn't fall down, but as close to fainting as you can imagine. Completely pale she became. So I told her, please go. Normally I would let them stand and give them some time. I said, please go and sit down. And she went and sat. The next time she came, after a week, she did full Kathakali with her face like this. My father's name and stuff like that. but she made a speech. And I told the whole audience, give a standing ovation to this girl. And they all stood up and clapped. And I said, this is the thing, this is the spirit. Following this, there was another girl who came, she cried on stage. And she went back. The next meeting, she came and she made a speech. And I was sitting there, and after the speech, it was quite a okay, sada speech. Everyone stood up and clapped. And I asked, what happened? What is this? What's special about this? And she said, no sir, last time she cried. So it was a tremendous thing. See, the YLP got over. Normally at the end of a YLP, you have some 5 of the best students giving a contest speech, and you choose amongst them. So I did not want this, only the 5 best people. So I took all 25 students, made 2 of them MCs, 4 of them speakers, some of them reading about public speaking, some of them telling shairi, some of them singing songs. All 26 of them performed on the stage, and it became a very, very popular, it was very much appreciated, and they asked me to do a second YLP, which I have just begun. One of the issues is that despite repeated asking, not many volunteers have come forward. In the first session they did. Today we have gone further beyond YLP. I have also started for the school in spoken English classes. I have started for them computer classes. I made a manual for them because they could not understand the earlier YLP manual. All of this, I have done it myself. But what it shows is that if you have the desire, if you have the wish, you can do a lot. There are a few people like Sai Kiran, Sami, Bhaskar who have been coming. I can say that most of the building I have erected, I have taken every brick up. They have put the cement. Without that help, it would not have been possible. The whole structure would have collapsed. So, thanks a lot to all of you. Can we just show this thing? I'll just take a few seconds to show you some of the photos. If you can help these girls, these children in the YLP, it will be really, this is not working? Okay. So, it has been the day that turned my life around. I thought I was going to help them, but it has made my life more exciting, enthusiastic. It's just given me a new enthusiasm. I've been in Toastmasters for 17 years. Everything that I wanted to do, I've done 5 times. So I've lost sort of interest. But now, it has rekindled a new life in me. And just please flip through all of them. These are, no, not so fast, please. Okay, so these are the girls. Next. These are the manuals I made for them, and we've spiral bound it. I made videos just back. I made videos for every, there are some training instruction videos for all the sessions. Next. So these are the videos. Next. This is their certificates. Next. This is the new YLP which is starting, going on currently. These are all the girls. There is Bhaskar sitting, standing at the back. This is Sami. Thank you, Sami, for helping. Suhas, are you here? Okay, Suhas is not there. And the next steps, okay. So this is the new manual. This is a conversational English. I think it's this thing. I call it the Modern Girl series. So in this series, I want to teach them spoken English. Next. This is a kind of thing. So I have put all Muslim names actually. So it is, I can't read it there. Sabah and Mehreen. There's a conversation between them. So Sabah will say, I can't read this actually, it's fine, it doesn't matter. So it's like, where were you yesterday? I had gone to the mall, etc. So they will learn one. So I made an audio recording for all this, I've passed it on. This is their computer lab. It had been shut down, okay, for the last 9 years. This lab was dysfunctional. It was not operational at all. The Wipro Foundation had given them all these computers, but they didn't have any instructors and anything. So what I did is I put some typing tutor on all the computers, and they are going to play games for half an hour and converse for half an hour. On the 14th of November, there will be a competition on the person who can type fastest, best, and speak in English. It will be called the Modern Girl Award. And that will be an annual award of rupees 3,000 plus a trophy and a certificate. It is to motivate them, all the girls, to year after year. And I believe that it will turn the school around, or make a new life for all these children. And really speaking, it's not even about changing somebody or something, but providing the opportunity which they do not have. So if any of you are interested in kind of supporting, you are most welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prasad, for such an inspiring speech.